guys, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. It's been a while since I've done a Friday Reads video. I kind of tried to venture off and do different things. Now I feel like it's time to share with you what I'm reading again. The first book that I'm busy reading is actually a buddy read with Harriet Rosie, and that is Black Dahlia Red Rose by Pia Eatwell. This is a retelling of one of the most notorious unsolved American murders. In LA in 1947, the mutilated body of Elizabeth Short was found in a park. Her killer was never found. Elizabeth Short had always been drawn to the fascination of Hollywood. She dreamed of being famous, but unfortunately the only thing that would get her that fame was her murder. I feel like this book really sheds light on just how differently everything worked. Investigations have just changed so much, and just how corrupt and awful police were. The authorities were so incompetent. As you read this case, it just baffles you, the people that you put in charge. It basically gave Elizabeth's case that should have been easy to solve no chance in hell. Pia Eatwell is a legal sleuth that gained unprecedented access into evidence. Her research was absolutely meticulous. I am really thoroughly enjoying this book. I'm listening to it on Audible. I just have to say that I think the narrator, he puts on these really girly voices that get to me a bit. That bit annoys me, and I know that it's annoying Harriet too, but besides that, it is fantastic. I just feel like I'm having a bit of a tough time investing all of my attention into an audiobook right now. I've just started this new job and it's just quite difficult to focus, so I might have to go back and listen to a bit of it again because I don't want to miss anything. The next book is another true crime book and I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. I am taking a lot longer than I thought I would to read this, and it's purely because I've just started this new job and I just don't have time to read physical books at the moment as much as I would like to, and yeah, it's not available on Audible in Australia yet, I believe. I must double check again though. This book is about the East Area Rapist, or as Michelle McNamara dubbed him, the Golden State Killer. He's a serial rapist that haunted California for over a decade in the 70s. There were 50 sexual assaults in Northern California before he moved south, and there were 10 murders. Then he completely disappeared. 3 decades later, Michelle McNamara is absolutely relentless on finding him, to the point of being obsessed with the case. She's a true crime journalist, and her passion throughout this book to catch this killer is phenomenal. It absolutely guts me that she passed away before this book was finished. When this book was published, the Golden State Killer was not yet caught, and after its publication date, the real guy was caught, so Michelle never got to live to see him get behind bars. I'm just about to finish part 1, so I am extremely excited to see how her friends and colleagues put the rest of the book together. It is an incomplete novel, so I have heard from people that it does read very incomplete and it's a little bit choppy here and there, but in a way I think that makes it a little bit more interesting, and it gives it a unique element, you know? It's like it adds some characteristic that's unique. One thing that is blowing me away with this book is the level of intimacy in it. It's an extremely personal story of Michelle's, and she puts her entire soul into it. It's beautifully done. We go into what motivated her to catch this killer, and also just her passion and drive to want to be a writer, and you know, you can really see that in her words. This is a beautifully crafted story. It's weighted in research, full of detail. And while it is still very gruesome and grisly, I feel like Michelle has done an incredibly good job of being very respectful to the victims. I'll be honest and say I'd never heard of this case before, so when this whole thing blew up recently, I was like, yes, I've got to read this book, and I'm so happy I did, and I can see just from part 1 so far why Michelle was so invested and hellbent on catching this guy. So the 2 books I'm busy reading are non-fiction, and to be fair, I've never been a big non-fiction person, but with them being true crime, I think I'm developing quite a big love for it. I've been absolutely obsessed with my true crime podcasts and stuff at the moment, and reading true crime non-fiction it's fascinating. Like, I'll Be Gone in the Dark, it introduces you, it goes back in time to when DNA became a thing and how it helped solve so many cold cases, and that to me is just jaw-dropping. The way technology has developed and helps us in so many ways. It's actually bloody scary. And yeah, like the other night, me and Mark went on this run because he loves to torture me, and he was telling me, he was like making my bloody brain hurt. He was saying all these things about how technology is actually so advanced that in 2050, now this is a real thing, unless I'm being a complete, what's the word? I've forgotten. Gullible. Unless I'm being completely gullible, then in 2050, technology is going to be so advanced that unless something goes wrong, we could live forever. Like, you'll have to get him to explain this better, because I was just like, what? I was just like mind blown. But yeah, apparently it's all in the works. It's happening right now, and by 2050, they say, Mark says that he thinks that might be a little bit optimistic, but yeah, like that's the way technology is going. And I think obviously it's probably going to be extremely expensive, and it's going to be for all the rich and famous people, so yeah, we're all just gonna die. That's a bit morbid, isn't it? But yeah, what I'm saying is just, I find the fact that this book goes way back into when DNA became a thing, and I just love it. I think it's such a fascinating read, and I'm so excited to get my hands on more true crime. I'm about to, actually, when I finish these two books, I'm going to start West Cork, which is an Audible release, and I don't know much about it, but I will be sure to do a video about that in the future. Ooh, sorry. Coffee. Here's the thing, fuck everyone. Otherwise, this weekend, me and Mark are going on a road trip in our new car. We got a car and I'm so excited. So yeah, we're going to Hervey Bay in Australia. So that's really exciting, just for the night to do some camping. We're gonna get up super early tomorrow morning, like 3 o'clock, to start the drive. But we've got our true crime audiobooks, which I'm super stoked for. I actually think I might listen to something, it's a new one I've just found, called Up and Vanished on Podcast Republic, and they do, each season I think focuses on one specific case. So I haven't listened to any really yet. I just listened to their season 2 trailer, which is getting released on like the 20th of August, but I haven't listened to season 1 yet, and apparently it's brilliant, so I'm really looking forward to giving that a go. That's probably what we're going to do. Yeah, I'm excited to do some camping. Hopefully, we've only got one night and we're seeing Mark's parents there, but hopefully I'll get a little bit of reading done as well, because I've really got to just turn some pages, guys. I'm missing just my pages and smelling books and stuff. Anyway, let me know what you guys are going to be reading this weekend, and I hope you have a good one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!